Hey, what's going on, fam? It's your boy Bobby Patterson, aka Bobby P. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Victim No More podcast. It's a wonderful Wednesday night. I hope you have had an amazing day. But it is on and popping here this evening as we do each and every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we are in for a treat here tonight, man. So, just buckle up. As a matter of fact, go ahead and start sharing this live right now. Trust and believe. You don't want to miss this, and you definitely want to share this podcast. Most definitely. Great evening. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah. We're in for a treat here tonight. Most definitely. So I hope everyone has been doing well and been feeling good. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring this on down. All right, fam. All right. Like I said before, welcome to the Victim No More podcast. And as we await our guest to show up here this evening, I am just flat out excited. Hey, Coach Schiller, thanks for joining. Because we got a straight up, just ball of fire that's going to come in here this evening. She's going to share her amazing story. As a matter of fact, she's already done popped up on the scene, man. Let's go ahead and queue her up. If you want to, just go ahead and send me a request and I can go ahead and bring you on in. Cause we gonna get it on and popping this evening. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
Yeah!
Let's get it on, baby. I hit a song, baby.
Yeah, baby. What's going on with you?
What's up?
I've been looking forward to this ever since you said yes, and we planned this thing out. And then look at what's happening right now, man. Hey, look, I don't own the rights to this music, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut it off because we ain't getting muted here tonight. But I just wanted to have some energy waiting for you when you popped on.
That's right. Energy is everything, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is such an honor. I absolutely adore your testimony. When I heard it in April of 2021 last year in Houston, it was just, it really allowed me to relate to a lot of my clients as well. So I appreciate you sharing. And so again, sharing is caring. So I'm here to share. So what's good?
Absolutely. We if I remember correctly, we met for the first time at the Dallas event. And I think that was back in October. And, I was like, okay, you know how you can get in the presence of some folks that, you could tell they're right there on the edge before something just blows up tremendous for them. And that's how I felt like when I was around you. I said, I don't know if she knows this yet, but man, she is a big deal. Absolute big deal. I saw it coming. And so to see, some of the things that are happening with you right now, I am so, first of all, I'm proud of you. I ain't about to tell your any of your story. That's what you're here for. But just know I am proud and I am honored to have you here on the Victim No More podcast. As a matter of fact, this is episode 25. And whew, absolutely.
Congratulations. So, wow.
I appreciate it because this is just all about serving the people, encouraging the people, elevating their minds, elevating their spirits, and to have someone like yourself come on here and share, and not only what you're gonna share, but how you share it. I need some seatbelts or something on this chair.
Okay, look, hold on tight. Definitely. So just to start off, God be the glory. I want to give all praise to the Most High Again, it's what you believe and what you know believe you deserve. And so throughout my journey, baby, I've really been able to just tap into, again, me believing. So for me to be here, it's all because I believe. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I believe that me not just helping myself, that I can help other people. Many people may don't know, but I just had a birthday Monday, January the 24th. I'm an Aquarius.
Happy
It's
birthday.
Thank you so much. It's something in our nature about humanitarian. And so I used to always read this about my character, about me. And so I never knew, well, you know, how am I make a lot of money so I can impact a lot of people? How can I give back? How can I show this humanitarian trait? And so thank God for Total Life Changes. Thank God for Jack Fallon. Thank
Mhm.
God for John Licari. Like, thank God for our entire corporate staff, because really, God led me to TLC.
Come on now.
Okay? And so I'll tell you guys how back in 2019, April 2019, I was just on a self-discovery. I was on self-discovery that full year. It was like a crunch thing for me.
Hmm.
And it was on me. I felt like, you know, something was just calling toward my spirit to change and be different, or, you know, seek something different than what I was doing. So I went to an event called The Awakening in
Watch out.
2019. April 2019, we was in Atlanta, Georgia. And Bobby, that event, like, it's undescribable,
It
because,
changed your
you
life.
know,
Changed your life, didn't it?
it completely changed my life by changing my mind. So again, changing your mind, you could change your money, you could change your
Mm.
environment, you could
Yeah.
change your body, you could change a lot of different things by changing your mind. And this is
Hmm.
something I knew by doing research. I also knew that Dr. Sebi talked about detoxing. I
Right.
also started hearing a lot of people saying, you know, they detox. I didn't know anything about the company, but I heard so many great stories. I said, I got to try this tea. So, 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 mind you, once you leave the event, the Awakening with Coach Stormy, it's like we have a goal plan, and it's a 90-day run. So within the next 90 days, you pretty much plan out what you're gonna do. You know,
Hmm.
what you're gonna do in your fitness, what you're gonna do with your family, what you're gonna do with your faith, what you're gonna do with your finances. And so I wrote those things down. And my goal with fitness was to lose 50 pounds in 90 days.
Okay.
Um, and so that was like my first out. It was not to lose 165 pounds. It was
Right.
not to, you know, it was always a potential that I could, you know, get myself off meds, because of
Oh,
course, Bobby, I suffer from diabetes. This is something that ran in my family, my grandmother, my mom. High blood pressure. Again, no
hmm.
medical claims, y'all. We just telling our story because I'm not a victim. See, I got the
Come,
victory. I got the victory. See, when you got the victory, you can say, this is what happened to me. Okay?
because you
So
talking about it from the other side of through. Come on now.
So when you're battling and you know, you may not even speak it out of your mouth. I talked about this earlier. You know, God knows the desires of your heart. So God knew that I did not like taking meds. God knew that I was the chosen one. God knew my ancestor prayers. God knew that it was me to be chosen to break this generational curse. So I took a leap of faith. I said, okay, 90 days, let's go. I went home. I went to trying to do the workouts. I ain't had no energy. Robert, I was pondering most days, like, how is this gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like most of us do, we do our research, we go to social media. We
Right.
start looking, you know. So I was looking, I was, you know, lurking, you know, sliding in DMs. I'm checking it out, okay? And I'm trying to
Hmm.
see, let's put this to the test. They
Right.
say this is some great products. Let me put the test out here.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
Exactly.
So what I did is I got me a Freedom Kit, which is our original ISO tea. I actually have the lemon blend right here, because
Okay.
that lemon turned me up a notch.
Okay.
Okay, but originally I started out with the instant ISO tea.
Okay.
which of course cleans the insides out, y'all. I mean, again, I wasn't suffering from not going to the bathroom, but however, it was still some more stuff in there. Okay, I still had an attitude. I still had stuff going on. Okay, I feel like everybody that got an attitude, they need to detox. Period. Okay. I needed to replenish. So as I detox, I followed up with the NutriBurst. I took my NutriBurst every day. Sometimes I would take it twice a day because it
Okay.
basically made me feel, filled up. And then I added the NRG. When they talk about mental clarity and mood, keeping a good
Hmm.
mood,
Exactly.
you got to have a great mood when you're working out. You got to
Yes.
have a great mood when you executing a goal. Remember, I got a goal to execute. And so I did that along with, moving my body for 30 minutes. I couldn't even walk. Being 35 years young, I could not even walk. Like I had
Oh my
pain
goodness.
in my joints,
Mm.
my back. When you 400 pounds, baby, everything hurt.
I mean, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I
Everything.
know.
I tell people my eyelashes hurt. My eyebrows hurt. Everything was
When
hurt.
the wind blow, it hurt.
It hurt. Okay. So I was definitely in need of a total life change. Okay.
Now, before you go any further, what I want to do is kind of lay a little groundwork and a little context. I teach a series called, how to transform your life as it pertains to wellness. And I teach these 5 steps. And the first step is you must have a C moment, which is spelled SEE, and it's the acronym for significant emotional event. What was that one emotional, or maybe a series of events that led to you saying, you know what, I got to change and I got to do something now? What led up to that?
So as I mentioned before, me having joint pain, a lot of pain in my knees. Um, my doctor, I had been seeing the doctor, and the doctor told me, well, Jessica, you done got at this time, being your weight and your size, just traditional gyms, no, it's not gonna work. You are putting more damage on your body doing the elliptical, doing the treadmill. I need you to do water aerobics.
Right.
When I started doing water aerobics, baby, and no shade, no pun intended right here, but it wasn't nothing but wise women in them. They were very wise. They
Okay.
was wise. Like I got a lot of wisdom, so I got a little grade,
Got a
right
little
here.
right here. Yeah, I got
But they was wise.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
And so at that point, it shocked me. Like it sent me into a stage very emotional. I literally broke down when I left there because I'm like, this is not my age bracket. This is not what I see for me. Like I'm headed in the wrong direction at this point because
Hmm.
this is not me. I'm youthful. Like I need to be out doing something, And this right
Right.
here, it was like it's either you can accept the restrictions and the limits that people put on you, or you can break through them limits.
Mm.
You can make a decision to change the limits and know
Right.
that there's no limit but the one you choose to, fit in. And so at that point, I was just so depressed with myself and my weight to the point I'm like, this ain't it. These ain't water aerobics. Come on
You're
now,
right.
these women, and it, mind you, by them being so spunky and spiffy, they put, more pressure on me because I'm
Oh,
like, wait
you.
a minute, they moving better than me, you know? So that was definitely a C moment for me
Hmm.
to make me, snap out of it and say, I deserve better.
Right. 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 So here comes you having that process of going through, discovering total life changes, and then you started on the products, and then what is beginning to happen at this particular point? So now you detoxing, you are replenishing, and then you're also energizing with the NRG. Plus, on top of that, because of the 5-HTP that's in it, your mood is getting straightened out at
Hmm.
this particular point. So, what overall, what's going on in life at that time?
Life is actually looking on the bright side, because
Mhm.
again, people around me, my family, my friends, they are all looking at me like, what are you doing? Like, what have you done? Like, this is not the Jessica that I know or knew.
Right.
So the transformation is coming. People are telling me, just you look like you slimming down, and of course, like I said, the attitude is 100% better. I'm not cranky, I'm not grouchy, I'm not in so much pain. And like I said, again, I'm not mad at myself because I'm doing something. I'm feeling a whole lot, um, like I'm believing in, my decision. Because a lot of times you can make a decision to get into something, get into a company, get into a product, and it's like, what's going on? Do I believe, is they working or anything? I've been big so long that I didn't even see it physically. I felt
Right.
amazing though. I felt amazing, but physically, that's why I tell people, take your before picture.
Yeah, you got to document that journey
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't have a point of reference of where you started, then how do you know where you're going? And
Mm-hmm.
you also have to get to a place where you have to appreciate every step of the journey, the
Mm-hmm.
good, the bad, the ugly, the totally wacky, because somebody is watching you.
Yes.
They're going to reveal themselves immediately, but they gonna let you know when they're ready. So that's why it's important to stay engaged with your journey, and it's your journey. Let me ask you this: during any point, especially at the beginning, did you have any issue with looking at other people's journeys and seeing whatever results they were getting? And was there ever a time where you felt as if you needed to kind of compare yourself to somebody else?
Well, because again, I am, I started my journey, as I said before, with the awakening. So personal development was very key in my
Mm-hmm.
journey, with me staying determined, with me staying disciplined, because every day is a new decision. Every day you got to make a new decision. And so, really and truly, I would say no, I didn't compare myself, but then also I know, I could take a look over there, a couple of little things, and be like, it's
And
some
get
other stuff I
inspired.
could do. It's
Yeah.
some other stuff that I could do. But I know comparison is a thief of joy. And so don't rob yourself of, your joy. And so really, I just was so wrapped up in my own journey, again, being able to lose the 50 pounds. My doctor immediately said, after 2 months losing the 50 pounds, no more meds.
Come on.
Nobody has to compare anything at that point.
There's nothing because that's for you and for you alone. And that's the point that I was driving. I teach people, hey, look, develop a plan based on your life. You can't be looking at somebody who's in the gym every day. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you can't get to the gym every day, then you feel like some type of failure. Well, you don't know what type of lifestyle they lead. They might not have the same situation as you. They may
Mm-hmm.
not have the children and obligations that maybe perhaps someone else may have. But what you can do is that if you can't get to the gym every day or work out every day, how about we start out 3 times a week at the gym? And here's
Mm-hmm.
the key, and I know you're going to talk about this. Those 3 days at the gym, now, mind you, you can still do something at home, but those 3 days at the gym, be consistent with it each and every week. Talk
Mm-hmm.
about your consistency because your results has come by virtue of consistency. Talk about that.
Yes. So in indulging in consistency, I know I hear a lot of people say that they're not consistent. And what I realize is that we are all consistent. We just consistently do the wrong things. So I've learned to not beat myself up when I decide to do the wrong thing, when I
Mm-hmm.
don't do the right thing. Um, so being consistent again is just like, I know it worked. Like I said, after I lost the 50 pounds, after I came off my meds, I don't have a doubt. We also have challenges. I'm a person that love a challenge. I
Right.
love a challenge. Um, and so that kept me in the game. It kept me consistent. And like I said, I felt better. Like when I was younger, I was an athlete. So I played basketball. I've always been moving, you know, and even me being bigger. A lot of people used to say that, whoa, you get around good for a big person, you know. And
Right.
so I've always been that way. And so again, once I started actually feeling better, mind, body, and spirit, it was just a no-brainer to like, okay, I can go walk. I started out on a bike. I couldn't even walk because of the
Mm.
pain. I started on a stationary bike until one day, because I was consistent and I got determined enough, I said, wait a minute, God, did you just tell me to get up and walk? Did you tell me to go take a walk? And at that moment, again, I don't know what that little voice may tell you, but listen to it. Because
Right.
you may be putting limits on yourself, and that little voice saying, hey, you ready. You ready to take off, baby. And I'm telling you, I walked blocks and
Yes.
blocks and blocks. I walked like maybe 5 miles that day, because merely I just felt good being like able to walk through my neighborhood and see old things that I saw when I was a kid. It's the off the scale victories that I just cherish, you know. And so
Yes,
that
indeed.
made
Yes,
me be
indeed.
consistent, because I got the results and I felt good. I felt good.
Now, let me ask you this. I don't know about you, but for me, it was like a moment, I guess, within the first half of that journey where I realized I had dropped a certain amount of weight in a period of time. And then the light bulb went off. I said, you know what? If I stay consistent and just stay here, I can do a whole lot more than what I originally thought I could.
Mm-hmm.
And when did when did that click for you? Like, wait a minute, I'm on to something here. I am on to something big. So your original goal was 50,
Mm-hmm.
and then next thing you know, you took off.
Right. So when I had another pivot moment, because again I lost the 50 pounds in 2 months, the doctor told me my levels were perfect. Like, the nurse called me and she was saying, Jessica, I got two things I need to talk to you about real quick. One, your business, and then my business. So I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? You know? So she said, let's go with your business first. All your levels are perfect. I'm so proud of you. We never seen levels like this, Jess. Keep up the great work. Okay, so I'm like, what? You know, I'm like, oh my, you know, I'm blown away with that. She said, okay, now let's talk about my business. How soon can you get some that tea up here for me?
Come on.
This the nurse. I saw everybody in the doctor's office detox tea.
Mm.
It was nothing else that needed to be said. My
Cause
doctor said,
you
hey,
was a straight up product of the product.
can you give your mom this? He read the packaging. He read the NutriBur. He said, hey, is there any way you can get your mom on this? I think this will help her levels. I got it. I prayed. I sacrificed. I took action. And now I have the antidote. Nothing or no one can stop me.
Come
If
on.
I can heal myself and I'm able to heal others, I'm doing what God want me to do.
You on your assignment. That's for sure.
For
That is
sure.
for sure. Here's what I appreciate about you. Now I'm gonna have a transparent moment with me, because our journeys are somewhat similar. I started in 2019. You started in 2019, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and you dropped. I won't tell you. I'll let you talk about your total. At this particular point, I've dropped 180. But what you have done, I
Let's don't
appreciate
skip
it. But
past that. I celebrate. I celebrate.
what you have done so very well that I haven't really embraced until recently, and you are actually one of the inspirations that really, when I walked away from you in Dallas, there was something that here's what I walked away with. Jess celebrates every part of her journey. I said, I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to appreciate what I've been through a whole lot better than how I celebrate others. Because part of the reason why this platform even exists is making sure that everybody that's supposed to be on this platform, they get to tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. That's my way of serving. but I needed to do a better job in telling my own story.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I even need to do it more. That's what I love about how you have handled your journey, because I've been watching you for a long time. This before Dallas. And so when I
Oh.
finally met you, I had like a moment. I don't know if you want to call it starstruck, but it was a real moment of massive respect for somebody that I've watched on their journey, and then they're standing there right there in front of me, and I'm like, that gal is about her business. So I just want to say thank you so much for just
Oh
being who you
my.
are,
You're
and
very
and
welcome.
and the impact that you are making. Trust me, you are impacting people all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. Even just what she has shared up until this point, just go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the comments, because she really about to get cranking into how she has developed into what we see today. My goodness,
Yes.
my goodness, my goodness. So now take us somewhere into 2020. Where were you from the health journey portion and then your business? Because you're now definitely a product of the product.
So let me give you a moment I shared with some business partners last night. It was February of 2020. We did TLC had a Believe It tour going on. We were in New Orleans, and
Ah,
that was my first actual corporate event.
mm-hmm.
Um, and another C moment is that at that event they celebrated Apprentice. It was the first time in TLC history. It was like people that had been in TLC 5 and 6 years, mouth was dropped. Like they was shocked that they was honoring and celebrating Apprentice. They pulled all the
Nice.
Apprentice up on
Up
the
on stage.
stage
Mm.
and celebrated them. It was in that moment, baby, that I realized I couldn't get up. I couldn't be celebrated after losing 100 pounds at that point. I'm down 100 pounds at this point, and I can't get up. You mean to tell me Landrum in the back? Oh, I definitely had another C moment. I saw myself walk across that stage. I saw myself being honored. I saw myself doing the work. I saw myself running my business
Come on. Mm.
because I had lost too much weight to be in the back. I mean, again, it's not cocky, it's confidence. Landrum deserves a seat at the table. Landrum deserves to be in the front. My children, nephew, auntie, sister, brother, cousin, doors will
They
be
need to
open
see
because
it.
of
They
me.
need to see that.
Right, because of me. It's because of what the work that I've done. So at that point, it was another fire that was lit in me, and I said, guess what? I never have another opportunity where I can walk across the stage and I can be honored. I can represent for business, because at the end of the day, I am a business major. I graduate in March, so I'm a businesswoman, you know. And so that
Congratulations.
was the moment where I said, no, no, I can't allow, the business to keep going over my head. Yes, I got the story, so now I must implement. And so in that moment, I went home and I said, every product that I can replace with TLC is going down. I don't use Fosia. I don't use Colgate. I buy a little Dove, but I still use my product. Okay.
Right,
So
right.
at
Yeah,
the end of the day, I looked at my household and I said, if I'm going to make some money, if I'm going to be in alignment, I need to replace everything that, if I can make some money, I should be buying it from me. I got
uh,
an online store. I need to buy it from me.
that's a straight up revelation. And I don't know, you just having me just have some transparent moments, because I've experienced a similar moment like that um in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I've gotten to a certain place in my business as a regional, actually it was Orlando, because in July they have the ring ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
And so here it is. I'm sitting there and I have a tremendous transformation. I got my story, but the problem I was having was all the hell I done went through to develop that story, and I ain't got paid from it yet. I don't see very few. There's a select few of people that really understand what I'm saying. Like when you had that moment in New Orleans, and I'm like, this is problematic for me. For me, I've been through too much for this story not to repay me all the hell I done went through to get to this point.
Look,
Because
pain
everybody ain't
over.
commissioned to walk this walk. And so I appreciate you sharing that moment in New Orleans, because that was very, very, very real. Very
Yes,
real. I
yes.
appreciate that. But Lord have mercy, we talking about this July. What's about to happen with Miss Jessica in July?
So in July, I will be a proud recipient of my 50K, which is $50,000 in business, documented. Okay, and so I'm just
Yes,
excited. Like I say, I I say 50K in 9 months because again, that's when I got serious. You got to
right.
look at when you get serious, when you get educated, when you get determined, and when you kick into that action. Okay,
Congratulations. Y'all put some
so
fire in them comments for that. Please.
I looked at my numbers. I looked at, where I was. I started gauging things. From February of 2020, I left that event, and by April of 2020, I was the executive director. So
Playing
it's
no
making a
games.
decision. It's also momentum. Things may, fall off. Things may go down because again, we all have to realize. See, this is my first experience with network marketing, so I'm learning. I'm a baby. I'm a whole baby out here, and a lot of people don't understand that you an infant. Why are you trying to act like you an adult? You not an adult in network marketing. You ain't did
Exactly.
it long enough. And so at that moment, you have to give yourself grace, mercy. You have to not beat yourself up. I'm growing up in network marketing. Okay. Once I get up there in the big leagues, baby, don't worry about it. One
Oh,
thing
you
I
come.
can say,
You come.
listen, I tell you, in 2020, November of 2020, I got an email from corporate and they were asking me about sampling. And so I end up writing back, just letting them know how grateful I was about the TLC app, and being able to sample my client in Tokyo, Japan. And so at that moment, that turned into a voiceover. Scott Banya said, wait a minute, this is amazing. Can you actually send us a voice recording? So in that moment, I sent them the voice recording of what I actually wrote and typed out. And so they used it at the Mind, Body, and Spirit event in November, the voiceover for the app, the TLC app. And so that was something really, really big. And like I say, again, celebrating everything.
Mm,
Celebrating everything because it's those little things that God shows you along your way of your journey that keeps you impressed. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you, disciplined. And so I had access at that point. And I kept saying, I need to be on Jack and John. Somebody need to hear my story. Like this bigger. Like I got to do something
right.
else. I got to do more. And so something said again, that gut feeling like I have all the time, said, that person you email about that voiceover, send them your transformation picture. Tell them what you done did. You tell them.
Come on.
You make it important. You show up for you. Not your
Yeah.
upline, not your downline. You show up for you, Jessica. Because remember, you said Landrum deserved to be in the front. Why is you acting timid? Why is you acting like you ain't got the facts? Why you acting like you ain't a product of the product?
Mm,
Why you scared and you got a whole email address? God led you to the people.
come on.
What you gonna do with it? So in that moment, I was just so grateful. And I said, I don't know if I'm contacting the right person or what, I don't know, but something has to be done with this story. Like, I can't sit with it. I can't sleep at night because I'm not helping enough people.
Right, right, right,
They
right.
immediately contact me back, got an interview set up, and next thing I know, I was surprised with always hungry for more. So
Yep.
that telling your story,
You
putting
bringing
yourself where
stuff
you
up,
see
and I
yourself.
remember that. I remember that because you're like one of the people that I've been following for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm watching how things developing for you, and how things are happening now, as far as how you are developing your business.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring this up, for a particular point, and it's pinned there in the comments because I want to make sure people understand who is actually in front of us here this evening. This is just the beginning of her story, y'all. This is just the beginning. We haven't seen nothing yet. It's really, really about to go down. And look, I'm just honored. I'm glad. I'm honored. I'm privileged that, to have this moment with you, because, the time is coming. I might not be able to get this moment with Jessica. Jessica's going to be busy, 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 busy.
Yes.
So, I know you are the bomb as far as retail is concerned.
Yes.
And that is a vital part of our business. And I don't know why people get this thing twisted. Please understand. And this is how it should be with any great company in
Mm-hmm.
network marketing. If a product is not sold, a dollar ain't made.
Hmm.
That's the reality.
Bottom line.
That's how you got a hold of at least a great opportunity to make money. You should be able to take this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say, for instance, you're not a great recruiter, but because the products are so amazing, you could literally produce a 6-figure income
Mm-hmm.
from just retailing the products.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you are an amazing retailer. Just talk about a little bit about your process as far as retailing is concerned, because this is how it helped you get to that ring.
Yes.
And, just talk about your class.
Yes. So I've been able to retail, my way to my ring, which is the 50K ring. What again, as I said, that epiphany that I had in February in regards to replacing those products,
Right.
I looked at that as an opportunity to be G5. Okay.
Okay.
I looked at that totally different because retail is the first way of pay. I don't understand how we can say we're in alignment or sequence and we skip one. There's no 2 without 1. There's no 3 without 1. There's no 4 without 1. We have to come back to 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so by us being able to get bonuses, incentives for doing just number 1, it was a no-brainer to me to tap into YOE. What is YOE? Your own efforts. What are you going to do?
Right.
I understand having products on hand mean cash on demand. I've cleared over 6 figures. If you add my Cash App, my Zelle, forget about it. Okay?
Exactly.
I work for the customer. Okay? They don't work for me. I don't make my customers work. Mm-hmm. I learned this when I worked at AT&T, Wells Fargo, T-Mobile, when I did customer service for over 20 years. I build relationships and I work for the customer.
Right.
That's bottom line. So I place the order for the customers. I take care of so much things for my customers. They are literally like spoiled, rotten. Okay. And so I set up a username and password for them. I make it very easy. So this way they can log in without me. They know that they're shopping with me. I always let them know that we have a TLC PC, preferred customer app. People love apps. They're safer. They're secure. When they going on the World Wide Web, baby, Google, Amazon might pop up. Now you done lost your customer. Get your customers on the TLC PC app. That's a preferred customer app. You give them a username and password. Go in and set their profile up. Give them the username and password. This allow them to shop. You ain't up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, but your customer is.
Right.
The Holy Spirit working on them
Yeah,
in the
you
middle of the
just
night.
gave, that wasn't even a nugget. That was a boulder that you just gave away. Because a lot of us don't know that there is a specific app for preferred customers.
Mm-hmm.
So you just, yeah,
And so that's what I want to teach in the mastermind. I want to teach all of those little small details. It may not seem like it's much, but it really allowed me to grow my business. I met a young lady back maybe about 7 years ago, and I was able to keep up with her on social media. Her and her husband end up, being deployed. He's in the military. So now they reside in Tokyo, Japan. Okay. She ended up buying some tea, but she never tried the NRG. So I'm like, hey, she bought tea. It ships directly. I don't have to do anything. Okay.
hmm
This is a major benefit for me because I mean, I don't know nobody in Tokyo but her. But however, because I built a relationship, I kept in touch with her. I followed her and her newborn baby. I'm seeing that, hey, now I'm able to sample her another product because I want to get my clients on the best product that fits their needs. So
right,
yes, she bought Nutraverse and tea, but however, she's a new mom. She works in school care. She needs NRG. So I'm able to sample, operate my business from an app. I'm right now. I'm not in my hometown, but I'm working. That's
right.
because we got Wi-Fi, we got cell phones, and so me being able to utilize the technology and what we have here at TLC, it's allowed me to land in the Momentum magazine. Because again, I was able to share in Tokyo, Japan, and it's about
That's huge.
impact. So
That
sign
is
up for the
huge.
webinar. Bobby, everybody on here can get the webinar. It's normally $99, but because again, I turned 37 years young, the webinar is $37. And so I want you guys to tap in with me. It's going to be February the 22nd. 2022.
Okay.
It's all about the tools. If anybody know and follow me, I love tools because it means partnership. It means that you're in receiving mode. I'm always willing to receive a good word. And if you keep yourself in the receiving mode, you will
Right.
attract those things that you really want.
Right. All right, fam. Y'all see, I had actually placed that link down there in the pinned comments. So there it is. Jump on it. $37. And she is giving away $1 million worth of information for $37. I already know. I already know this.
Magic.
So there's the value.
Yes.
Tremendous value. Like insane value. Please jump on this opportunity. Not right now, but right now.
Read that.
Right?
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, I'm gonna
Absolutely.
over
Absolutely.
deliver because again, I'm always hungry for more. Never forget that. That's something that sticks in my head, that I'm always hungry for more, and I'm always hungry for impact. So the most lives that I can impact, and again, if you feel like you may not need the masterclass, send it to someone else because again, y'all, sharing is truly caring. So if you
Right.
care about somebody, if you want their business to grow, if you want to help see them transform, then share it. I mean, $37 is it's a win-win. You can't lose.
Now we're gonna park here as far as the business is concerned because I
Mhm.
want to get back on this journey, like this last part. I
Yes.
mean, look, we talked about you at 50. Then we talked about you, when you had dropped 100, but
Mhm.
we not there anymore. I mean, so you got to tell us, you know, what we doing here today. What's
Yes.
happening right now?
So right now I'm officially down 165 pounds. Okay.
Woo!
And so it's so funny that you mentioned Dallas, because on today, you guys, I really had a mind blowing experience. Like, I am featured on Lifetime TV. Like, I used to joke and tease when I did stand up about, surviving a prison marriage. And I'm ready to tell my story. Because, that was the thing on Lifetime with R. Kelly. It's like, I survived. I'm ready to tell my story. So that used to be a big joke. And it's like Lifetime TV gonna call me one day because I'm ready to tell my story.
Mm,
And in Dallas, because of that consistency, that determination that I have, no camera was on, nobody was watching. but I knew I had to do a 30-minute walk. I knew I had to. I was so tired. I had to take a nap. I think I missed Fun Friday. But because again, I'm dedicated to what I say I'm gonna do, and I do it no matter who's watching. I went on my 30-minute walk. I said, this resort is big enough. I could get some steps in.
Who you telling? That was a city within a city.
And I was on my walk. I was on my walk, and I just bumped into Coach Stormy, and they were there filming. And I just had my phone ready. I was always ready. Like, I believe when you go to grow, when you show up, it's saying, God, I trust you got something for me. So show up. Showing up is 80% of your success. Just showing up.
Yes.
Like, if you wouldn't have showed up in Dallas, would you would have had that moment with me?
Nope. No.
So showing up has been a big factor in my journey. Me showing up. And all the cards always align because I'm doing things with pure intentions. Nothing is, done out of ill will. So in that right, it's like all the cards always line up. So, I mean, today, like I said, my mind is blown.
It's blown. Okay? Congratulations, because that is huge. That's why I'm saying, I'm glad I'm getting my time now, because it's
and I'm like,
this
is so amazing because it's a perfect time. Again, if I'm about impact, this is not about me. I want you guys to be able to leverage this. You know me. You actually know me. Like, you can get me on the phone. Like, what's up? I'm going to slide you my number, baby, because, again, it's about impact. How many more lives can we impact by doing things like this? Doing things, just other things, And so I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, as we close out here, I always like to close out on a positive note. Your story is tremendous, and we only got just a little piece of it. But as we close out, what would you like to speak as it pertains to the individual who may be in the business but feel as if they're stuck, or to that new person that they just don't know what to do, or to that individual they know that it's bigger than them losing weight? They actually need a transformation, and they are not the same. Let's be clear. Mm-hmm. What words would you speak to those individuals?
So it's Jessica Landrum with a hard D, and it's because I made a decision to change my life. I made a decision to stay disciplined and determined to hit the goal. So if you are new, again, you are just an infant, baby, and you need to drink milk. You're trying to drink whiskey, okay? And I use those concepts because, again, most things have to be broken down like baby food. Mm-hmm. We don't eat table food when you just coming out your mama womb.
Right.
So if you're new in this business, stop eating the table food. Join my master class and my webinar so you can get you some baby food and get those fundamental steps on how can we move to the next phase. How can we shift our mind so we can really get a transformation? We can really tap in the mind, body, and spirit. Y'all, like I said before, I fast, I pray, I sacrifice, I take action. It's a lot of things that I do, and I'm willing to teach those things. Mm-hmm. So that's what I want to leave with anyone that's, again, stuck. You just got to get shook up. You got to have that C moment, and you got to be able to tap into someone that's real with real results. And that's the biggest thing. Tap in with somebody real with real results.
Real results.
Yes.
Jessica, man, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time out to share this evening. I appreciate you. I honor you. Man, I know we'll be doing some things here in the future, but I am so glad that we had this opportunity to do this. Actually, a dream come true, because I had this on my mind after I left your presence in Dallas. Trust me, this has been in the works for a while. So and what's about to happen, you know, here up on Lifetime. I'm just proud of you. I'm just flat out proud of you. And all because Jessica got to a place and she said yes.
Yes.
She made that decision, period, and
Yes.
have acted on it and been straight on it, you know, since day one. Just day one.
Yes.
Look, I'm gonna tell you in the words of Mamie Brown, that is this famous man's mother. He
Yes.
would close out every show. He had a daytime talk show at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Mamie Brown's baby boy.
Yes.
Pump, pleasing pleasure to have you here on the Victor No More podcast. And family, I appreciate each and every one of you that actually popped in, shared this live. And if you catch this on the replay, please share this, because trust and believe, we
Yes.
got a bonfire star here. And you're literally going to go back not too far from now and be like, you know what? I remember seeing her on that podcast. I remember her doing that live on Instagram. Absolutely. Because this is somebody that you need to know. Show enough. If you're not already following Jessica, there is a drop box at the top of the screen. Hit that drop box as it comes down. Follow her. You don't want to miss a beat. You don't want to miss the beat. She be dropping jewels and don't say nothing. Now catch
Okay.
that.
It's been a pleasure. Like I said, I'm just so grateful to serve. If anybody that's on the live that need a feature or need anything, slide in my DM. Let's work. This season of my life is all about impact. So let me know how I can impact you or your tribe, and I'm showing up, okay? And showing out. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? Y'all know how I end my lives. My time is up. I thank you for yours. And I love each and every one of you. And it's absolutely nothing, I mean nothing, you can do about it. Peace.